We've all been experiencing some pretty strange times lately, being in lockdown, um, being stuck in our homes. Some people have dealt with this just fine. Other people haven't. I've been getting messages from throughout about how people are responding to being in lockdown. Um, I wanted to put this series together because I wanted to continue the community that we've built online with the Pappas Post, and to be able to spend more time coming to you on your iPhones in your living rooms with your families. And I wanted to be able to introduce you to fascinating people that I've been fortunate to meet over the years, writing the Pappas Post and doing the various projects that I am involved in. We're going to talk today about something that I think is on everybody's mind, and that is tourism. Whether you're in Toronto, like Vula is, hi Vula, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in New York City, a lot of people outside of Greece are wondering, will they be able to get to Greece? Of course, the stenachoria, if you will, the burden, the stress is much more on our friends and compatriots in Greece. You've got an entire economy that is based on tourism. You've got tens of thousands of retail stores, of hotels, of clubs that generate this economy. What we've tried to do today is to bring together a very interesting and unique group of people that represent the microcosm of what is Greek tourism. My first guest really doesn't need an introduction. He is one of the most well-known people in the hospitality business in Greece. He's got a long, long history of work in the hospitality field, both here in the United States as well as in Greece. He's currently the general manager of the Grand Bretagne Hotel, which in my opinion is the mother of all hotels in Greece. It's got a lengthy history. It's the oldest hotel in Greece. Tim Ananiadis is with us, and I think he's got a very special treat for us. Tim is going to be live in about 2 seconds. Tim, I
Hi,
see
Gregory.
Acropolis, and I don't see your face. And quite
Sorry,
frankly,
but I thought that it was better for you to see the Acropolis than to see my face in my office. So I came up to the roof garden over here. So this way, you guys have the backdrop of the Acropolis lit up, and obviously the rest of Athens. So to
so
get you a little jealous.
you're I'm very jealous, even though we can't see your face. I do have your picture that I can put up at some point, but we really want to hear what you have to say. I'm very interested to know, coming from the perspective of a hotel general manager. I mean, you are a year-round hotel, um, but before we get to the business, I want to hear what it's like for you, Tim, and your family living in Greece during this.
Yeah, it's actually, to be honest, it wasn't as terrible as it sounds. Uh, and of course, as of yesterday, the measures are no longer in place as strict as they used to be. Uh, to be honest, we had time together. We were able uh, to do things that for the last 17 years, 20 years together, we never been able to do. Neither because you didn't have the time or you didn't have actually the opportunity to be that long together. Um, I have to say that the way the Greek public behaved was amazing. Living downtown, as you know, I live in the hotel, so my apartment. I'm the only guest right now in our hotel for the last 6 weeks.
The
Uh,
only guest in the hotel, huh?
yeah, exactly. So uh, for me, I can see the downtown. I can see how it evolved, and it was amazing how well behaved everybody was, and that's the reason I think that we are where we are in terms of uh, the the, the number of cases and the number of of people that passed, due to the virus. Um, for us, it's a very unprecedented thing. If we can talk about the hotels, after 40 plus years in the hotel business, we never experienced anything like that. Um, the, the the funny thing was that we thought that we're going to survive it and stay open for a while, but we came to the point that it was more dangerous to stay open than to actually uh, be closed down and take the consequences that being closed down for the first time in 142 years.
142 years, the first time.
Yeah.
Wow. Tim, when were you shut down? You were forcibly shut down from the
The 23rd of March was the date that we actually shut down the hotels. Um, we had a few guests in the hotel at the time. They either moved to an apartment or somewhere else. Um, Look, the we are planning on opening now sometime the first week of June. Uh, we're going now through the motions of trying to figure out um, how and when we're going to open. The reality is that now we are prepared and we know how to open, we know how to take care of the guests, we know how to protect our employees, we know how uh, to um, uh, to uh, give the services that we can give without putting in danger either the guests or our employees. So we developed a plan now. We had time to test it. Uh, we were lucky enough that we had the 10 days before the closure to see how certain things that we're going to implement work out. Uh, and hopefully, when we open, the experience will be very similar to you had before, with some restrictions, of course.
So, speaking of restrictions, Tim, I mean, what will you guys be doing? I mean, obviously, you're a public meeting place. The Winter Garden is one of my favorite places in the world to hang out.
Well,
I mean, distancing.
unfortunately, the first phase is going to be just the outdoor space. So looking at the roof garden with with a table spaced out up to a meter and a half from each other. Uh, Winter gardening, anything indoors will be shut down. It won't be operating. Um, a, the food and beverage part will be primarily uh, breakfast, lunch, dinner, a little bit of lounge services, but then we have to go only with about a 40% capacity. So we're looking at about maximum of 60 to 70 people, before I can, when I have to stop taking more people in. Um, we will have to go through the procedures of making sure that whoever comes in doesn't have any symptoms. We have to make sure that so many people get on the elevators, but we've have put that into a plan, and we should be able to work it out in the rooms. I mean, other than the obvious that we stepped up the cleaning procedures. Um, in the rooms, basically, you will find, not only for us, I think in every room that you go now, a lot less of items like magazines, newspapers, uh, anything that is movable. Basically, we moved it out of the room. So when you walk into the room, you will have an obvious, very sterile, cleaned room. Um, we we will have two inspections on every room before we actually give it to a guest, and we'll wait 24 hours between guests to make sure the room gets aired and doesn't have anything that can affect the next guest.
Yeah, Tim, I think you're in a very unique position, being the general manager of the Grand Bretagne, one of the oldest, historic, and most successful properties in Greece. And I know you can't
Thank you.
speak for anybody else other than yourself, But how is this whole situation going to impact the mom and pop hotels, the island hotels,
Oh,
the small hotels?
yeah, I'm sure your next guest will talk about Mykonos, but look, I think there the issue is clearly the transportation. How you're going to get to the islands? Whether they're going to be airplanes and how they're going to get there. How you're going to get there on a ship. Um, I think it's too early yet to see how many places are going to open. Um, I would imagine the places that are going to get more impacted in a way are the bigger hotels because they need a lot of occupancy to stay to break even. The mid-sized, smaller hotels, they will they 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 will be able to open. The question is whether we will be able to get enough people to justify opening some hotels, all hotels. Uh, I think it will go case by case, and I think we have to see the end of May, beginning of June to see how Europe is. They're going to open their borders or not, because right now the issue is that all the borders are closed. Um, but we're staying positive that once the air traffic opens up, that we'll be able to get enough people coming in for this year. I can't say that we're expecting a lot of people, but I think uh, if anything else, will offer them a very safe environment. So that's
Tim,
important.
I really appreciate your insight. I appreciate your time. There are a lot of people watching right now who are commenting that they were supposed to be guests in your hotel from last Thursday.
Sorry about that. We
I
miss you
know it's
all.
not
I
your
can tell
fault,
you
but
that.
what's
Never
the
seen a
message?
hotel so empty in my life. So
What's the message to all of your customers, many of whom are on right now from Boston, from Switzerland, from Luxembourg, from Vancouver? They're
yeah.
commenting from all over. What's the message?
Well, the only thing I can tell them is that we won't open the hotel unless it's very safe for them to be here, and that's the important part. I think that we need to be patient, and once we are able to fly safe, then we can certainly tell you that you will be safe within our hotel.
That's wonderful to hear, Tim. Be safe. Thank you very much
All
for your
right.
time. And very
Take a
soon,
great look at the Acropolis for the last time. Bye bye.
thank you very much, Tim. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye bye.
So that was Tim Ananiadis. For those of you who are late in joining me, we're having a conversation today on Live with Gregory Pappas about tourism in Greece. We are talking to people in Greece about what the prospects are for a summer in Greece 2020. We're hoping that everything's going to be well in Greece. My next guest is the co-founder of one of my favorite brands on the planet. Melina Pispa and her partner Eli Rundu founded a company years ago called Son of a Beach. In my opinion, Son of a Beach captures the entire essence of Greece. It's good style, it's good quality, it's beach accessories, it's towels, bags, and it's funny because I started to be introduced to the brand everywhere I went, in Mykonos and Crete, on the islands. It was absolutely the most luxurious and supple cotton that I had ever experienced in my life, not to mention the style. Melina started a company with her partner, Eli Rundu. I'm very lucky to have Melina Pispa, who's in her showroom. Melina, you're going to be live in about 2 seconds, and there you are. Can you see me?
Hello. Hi.
Hello, Melina.
Hello, Greg. Thank you for having me.
Melina, we've got several hundred people online right now, and more are joining by the day. I don't know if they know your brand, but I see a towel behind you that says "See you at the beach." Before I talk to you about the beach and your towels, I am genuinely interested in how you are doing, how your family is doing, and how you guys have been adapting with this lockdown for the last month or so.
Well, we're all well right now. At the beginning, we were on shock, of course, with the situation in Italy going out of hand, and it was right next to us. But in Greece, the government took measures very early, and we're glad for that. And after the shock, to tell you the truth, we started sort of enjoying the fact that we didn't have the option to move a lot. We spend more time with the family, cooking at home. We have dinner all together. We're cleaning the house together. And, it's very nice to see that you just need the basics. So now things are slowly back to normal. And we're super happy and ready for our first dip in the sea.
What was the first thing you did on Monday morning when the restrictions were eased?
Look, I have been coming to the office because it's very close to the house, and I was walking here. So I was fortunate in a way because I kept up with my work and it wasn't so difficult. I wasn't at home all day. But it was nice today that, I saw many people, the faces, everybody had a different, face today. It was different.
That's great to hear. I've been very proud watching what's happening in Greece, and everybody's praising the government, and the government should be praised for their leadership. I'm more proud in how the people have responded. The people have responded in an amazing way.
Yes, that's true.
It filled my heart to watch the response of the people.
That's true, and I'm telling you, and I'm confirming that because I live downtown Athens in Kolonaki in a very busy street, and it was very quiet, very peaceful. No one was walking, only for the exercising, taking a walk, or which was allowed, and that was beautiful.
Let's shift a little bit and talk about your business. You have been directly impacted by this. I mean, your brand captures every element of summer in Greece. You sell beach bags and towels and beautiful beach accessories. Your customers aren't so much, you don't sell to the public other than on your online store. You are dealing with retailers and beach clubs and beach bars and beach boutiques and hotels. This came probably right in the middle of your busiest season, selling your products to probably hundreds of shops around the country. What's going on? How are you dealing with this as a business?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's not very easy. It's not easy at all. And we had big plans for this summer. We were planning to open a store in the Athens International Airport, which was very big for us. We were also preparing to have a big event together with the Attica department store in downtown Athens, and many other smaller things that, as you understand, have been cancelled, of course. Also, many retail clients have reduced their orders. The only good thing is that our products do not need fitting, because now the problem in retail, in the fashion retail, is this, that how are people are going to try on clothes, and this whole procedure, how it's going to, be done. But so I would say that we stand in a good position on that. There are so many problems. I mean, another one is that we have invested a lot in the hospitality collection for hotels, and mostly for resort hotels in the islands, which understand it's not going exactly as planned. But there's a but, because given all those issues, you understand that we are putting all our effort in online sales. So this has been our strongest channel since the beginning, and now we're putting even more effort on it. And it looks like it's going really well. But as you said, we started in 2012, so we are in business. We started on the economic crisis, so in a way we are experts in in dealing with such tough situations. So I'm certain that we're going to get through this one.
So I've got some people on the group right now that are asking for your Facebook page and your website, and I've just shared both links with everyone. Melina, I want to talk to you a little bit because you very much represent everything that I believe to be part of the new Greece. I met your products for the first time before I met you, and I was so impressed with the quality. I was impressed with the design. You know, it wasn't this kitschy Greek-y, stupid stuff that we just hate, that cliche Greek. It was designed very well. The quality was great. And I remember I bought your first towel before I even met you. What's the inspiration behind Son of a Beach? When you and Eli founded the company, what were you thinking? What were you, when you started the company?
Look, both Eli and me were born in Greece, and we have spent endless summers on the Greek islands and under the Greek sun. So the Greek summer is in our DNA. So when we realized that when you look the beach from above, the most real estate you see is a beach towel. You know, we wanted to approach this summer item from a different and more fresh angle. So what we want to do is that we wanted to take the beach towel from a commodity product and take it to the next level. We wanted it to become a lifestyle product where we will be able to encapsulate all the Greek summer and Greek elements that we wanted to put on. So all our products are designed and made in Greece, of course. And they, you know, we want to show to the world that Greece can design, but can also produce high quality and high aesthetics products. You know, the made in Greece, it's on the label, of course, and we want us to show it to the rest of the world, because a couple of years ago, everyone was hiding it. You know, you weren't proud if something was made in Greece. We wanted to change it. You know, να βάλουμε το λιθαράκι μας, you know, at least.
Especially with Son of a Beach towels. I'm very proud. I actually, last year, I think I told you this story. We were in California and we were walking along the beach and we saw one of your towels. And I said, hey, that's Son of a Beach. It's made in Greece.
That's crazy.
It was just the most random story in the world. And it filled me with pride to see a little Greek company that's doing so well and that's been able to ship their products all around the world. Melina, we really wish you guys well. I don't know how many of us in the United States and Canada and Australia, all over the world, in the United Kingdom, who are watching today. Somebody just said hello from France. We really hope we can come to Greece. We really hope we can buy your towels and lay on your towels. But in the meantime, we may not be able to be there physically, but we'll be able to order your towels online. Your new collection is out, I understand.
Yes, we had an increase in online sales, actually. It was compared to last year, 60%, which is
60%, that's great to hear.
Yeah, it makes us super happy. But of course, the growth, you know, didn't come by itself. We made a very nice social media campaign where we are showing pictures from the beach, you know, or from things you want to do when the lockdown is, you know, over. And with the word soon, just this simple word. And, you know, the feedback was really good.
Yeah. Well, listen, congratulations for all you do. Keep up the good work. As soon as I hang up, I am going to go to Son of a Beach website and order my towel. I actually see the one behind you. That's your special edition for this summer. I understand you guys designed it specifically for summer 2020. I think it's a little bit of a play on some of the cliches that we have, but it's done in such a great way.
There's also bouzouki on it.
I see. I love it.
It's one of my favorites too. Yeah, I love this one. It's called Summer in Greece. Anyway, so
my favorite one was Patmos. I remember your Patmos towel, which was absolutely wonderful. And I also loved the sailor's towel too. Thank you very much for taking.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for talking with us and sharing your story with us. We wish you the best of luck, and we really do hope that I'm getting so many positive messages here. You've got people in Switzerland who are saying, good idea to order a beach towel, a piece of Greece in Switzerland. We've got somebody in my home state of Pennsylvania, Maria Loy, who is here in New York City. She's online ordering right now. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. And if we were able to bring a little bit of joy and a little bit of uptick into your online sales today, that's great. Good luck. We wish you well.
Thanks a lot, Greg.
Thank you for being here. My next guests, I'm thrilled and honored, all the way from my favorite island in the world, my home away from home, my second home. I've been going to this place 35 years. I'm giving away my age right now, although you can see it with the bags under my eyes. I've been going to Mykonos since I was 16 years old. My friends call me Mykonos guy. Michalis and Carsten have been a part of my life for a very long time, thanks to the institution that they've built, the global institution that they've built. I'm going to bring them in right now, but before I welcome them, Michalis and Carsten are here. I want to tell you a little bit about who Michalis and Carsten are. Michalis was born in Athens and he finished his studies in Paris. He managed two of Greece's institutions. Many of you know Franco's bar in Mykonos and Kuti restaurant in Monastiraki in the 90s. And then they went to 2002 and he opened his first restaurant in Mykonos. His partner in life and partner in business is Carsten Stehr. Carsten, did I say the accent properly? Is it Stehr? All right. Carsten was born in Berlin. He's a Greek by adoption. We're very proud to have you amongst us. Studied at the Rhode Island School of Design. Lived in the United States for 23 years. You worked in the tourism in the business for many, many years, traveling around the world. Private jet operator, worked with National Geographic, Smithsonian, some of the top brands in the world. And thankfully, the two of you connected and you brought Jackie O to the world. In my opinion, Jackie O is the quintessential expression of Mykonos. You've got the beautiful beach bar at Super Paradise. You've got the wonderful club downtown. It's a place where all of my friends, it's a meeting place. It's a meeting place for anybody and anybody. In this world of labels, and we have the label, Mykonos is a gay island, or Mykonos is a party island, or Mykonos is this island. What you guys have been able to do, in my opinion, that nobody has been able to do in Mykonos, is create a label-free experience. You welcome everybody, and everybody is welcomed to be in Mykonos, to be at Jackie O. Unlike Tim and Melina, who were sequestered in their homes, I'd like to hear what it was like being sequestered in your homes in Mykonos. Before we talk business, what was it like personally for you guys?
Greg, first of all, hello, and hello to all of your viewers over in the United States. We're very, very happy to talk with you these days because the period of time that we've all been staying at home, Menome Spiti, for quite some time, has been different for many. We have been here in Mykonos for 17, 18 winters now, and the winter time is kind of an isolation time. You have to like to be by yourself, to read some books, to make some art, to talk with your friends, to walk the beaches with the dogs. And the isolation part of it was not as difficult perhaps as it may have been in a city apartment. And we must say that we're very, very grateful for that. Although there were many, many weeks that we did not go out with the dogs, that we did not go to the beaches and everything. But Mykonos is still a very special place. It has an amazing energy, and luckily the weather has turned a little better lately, so that you can sit outside and enjoy a little bit.
Michali, how about your experience?
Hi, Greg. It's very nice to see you after Miami, but listen. Mykonos is our home. We live here all year round. People probably doesn't know that this island during the winter time, it's like a type of Karadin for the people that I mean. For us, it was easy, and thanks God that we are here. Uh, the first 2-3 weeks. After that, we realized that doesn't work really, normal way. I mean, nobody outside, no cars, not people moving. The weather was beautiful. Anyway, we are lucky. We are lucky. The only for me biggest concern was that for once again, all the island, all the Greek island people, they facing this big adventure of COVID, a little far from the reality, and it's that I think small communities. We are not millions of people in the big cities. Most we worrying about New York City, Athens, all our friends in Paris, in Madrid, in Barcelona, that what we are doing here in the small place, because it's a very small place, Greg, at the end of the day. Mykonos is, we are about 8,000 people living all year around. Do not hear them, do not have the noise at the streets, or me or Carsten every day. We're supposed to go and check our business, the places. See nobody, it was very strange. Very, very strange.
You guys were obviously in touch with your friends, as you mentioned, in New York and Barcelona, and we stayed in touch. And you've built this global community of love. People, and excuse me if I'm praising Jackie O too much, but you've built a destination club. People come to Mykonos for Jackie O. I know people.
They built for us.
That's great.
So we are very grateful about it.
What are you hearing from these people? Are they coming this year? Are they hoping to come this year?
Today I had a phone call, one of our managers, our reservation manager, actually, that she stay in Athens. And yesterday it was the first day, let's say the open day after the lockdown in Spain. And a very good customers of ours call her and I say, are you going to open in August? Because I cannot imagine to not be there. It's difficult. We cannot say, of course, we can feel. I mean, it's difficult situation. Everyone knows that. We are more than happy to open our business. Even about the rumors, that you're gonna open the business. Yes, like a very good guest that you had earlier, Mr. Ananiadis. I mean, I respect the job of they doing in Grand Bretagne. It's a jewel in Greece. It's it's something that for me one of my best hotels in the world. It's difficult. It's not easy. How we can bring the people back on the island? We like to open. We are ready to open, actually, Greg, because of the new plans and the new project was running this year. Said, okay, 15th of March, we put a limit date. We have to fix and prepare the bar downtown and the beach club at Super. And we move on with the new projects. So the places are ready, waiting. I don't know how.
So I mean, you're literally sitting on charcoal right now, waiting for what? Waiting for the government to tell you?
Mostly, Greg, it is a matter of waiting for all the guidelines and the new rules coming up. As we have not received yet rulings for the tourism industry, let's say the part-time, the part-season industry, much depends on that. Everybody talks about a July 1st something, maybe before, maybe after, but the maybes don't help. I think the only thing we can do at this point is to let everyone know that whenever we can, because what has to be said, and I think Melina said it very well before, we have to thank the Greek state to many amounts for the precaution and the amount of work that they put in early in the crisis, because Greece is not a country after 8 years of financial crisis that has recovered so well. So even the hospitals here on the island are not hospitals that you want to have a COVID-19 issue. So we go on very carefully, but everything depends on the safety of everyone. We're looking for the safety, first of all, of our families. On a side note, my parents in Berlin spent 2.5 weeks in the hospital with COVID at 82 and 83 years old. So luckily everything is okay and they're fine, but it was not a nice experience, even sitting here and not being able to do anything, not even be able to travel to help. The reality is that until we can be safe and we have measures in place that you can travel safely, that you can know that you are not going to be infected by every other person that may be next to you, that we treat this like something that we can manage, all we can do is smile, is go on, is actually help each other, try to survive this. This goes from governments to banks to everyone downward. Everyone needs a helping hand, and try to be ready for what surely is going to come. We do have a future. There is going to be a day when you'll be sitting on the beach in Mykonos again, of course.
And probably even this summer, Greg. I'm not, I'm thinking in a very positive way. If we have the standards and the right direction, what we have to do, I believe not only in Mykonos, but in general in Greece, the all islands, we're talking about the islands, I mean the countryside, wherever, we can manage. We can manage, I believe that. I'm very positive. It's something that
what can that experience be like? I mean, we saw the other day on the news a beach bar in Santorini put plexiglass around. I mean, I wouldn't even want to go to a beach like that.
No. We have to put, I think, some things in a level that match to the culture and to the environment. Otherwise, we're not going to have the results that we are looking for. If we have to put plexiglass at the beaches, doesn't mean that we're going to block the virus. We are not stupid people. I mean, I'm sorry about it, but it's more than other things. First of all, officially, we are looking about, and this is a long conversation and go too far, that the European community, they're supposed to have already create a protocol about the tourism, just in Europe. I start with Europe because we are the European community. Of course, we are looking about all our friends all over the world, everyone. We don't have it yet. They're working on that. This is for me the most important things, to create something not individually, all together. And this is a big deal. It's a political statement, let's say, but in a very nice naive way, because I'm not the political kind of things, personal, that they should already organize. What are we looking? We are looking the safety of our guests. We're gonna be in charge about the safety and the health about our employees. And then we move forward and see. Life is not easy, never was easy. Even the happy days, last year happy days in Mykonos or in Greece or South Spain, Italy or France. So we have to try a little harder, but we need to have the directions. What exactly? This fiberglass, I think that we should, at the side. Doesn't match to us. to support it. We are not open this summer if we're going to be able to open to make money. Absolutely no. If someone believes that,
Yeah.
doesn't have a place.
Well, one of the things I've heard, because as you know, I've got my eyes and ears on the island too, and I had talks with a lot of people who own villas and some people who charter yachts, and they're talking about a quick mobilization of the island into a safe destination where they're increasing the services in the private villas, they're increasing the resources, and they want people, high luxury, high net worth people, to come to the island and have what we call here in the United States a staycation, where you get a villa and you stay in your villa, you have your chef, you have your workout trainer, you have your gym, and you never really have to leave the island. You've got your pool, you never have to leave your villa. Are you hearing anything about this? I mean, what's the rest of Mykonos? How are they mobilizing? The restaurants, the clubs, the other, your other colleagues on the island that own other businesses?
Listen, they are thinking, of course, they have to be more creative, all the people, if they has to come to business points. I mean, but okay, those people, my question, yes, they try to do this. A few of them, they're gonna try to do this. But me as a very, simple person, let's say human being, say, okay, I'm going to an island, beautiful, like Mykonos. I'm going to put myself in a quarantine in a beautiful house, and that's it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense because
there is an issue.
you
Yes.
know, destination holidays. It's not only one beautiful location spot, wherever hotel, nice big villa, because probably those people that they can be able to pay the money that they're going to ask about a villa. Why they have to move their own house? Or they can take their own boat and go somewhere. This is something nice, but in the meantime, it's a little oxymoron.
Yeah, I get it. I want to ask you guys one last question, and I want to hear from both of you. And I'm a big cheerleader for Jackie O, and I believe that you guys have really created something very special. What was your inspiration behind it? Carsten, we'll start with you because you're an adopted Greek. You embrace our culture and our heritage and our country. What was the inspiration when you first sat down? Because I remember that little club on the rock before it was Jackie O. Years ago in the 80s, it was a little place called Coco Club, and that's where my first time when I came to Mykonos in the mid 80s. Let's talk a little bit about Jackie O and what you've created. I'd love for some of my audience to hear more about the club because I think it is one of the most special places on the planet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Greg. The main inspiration of Jackie O Downtown, starting with the bar, was certainly location, location, location. It was a place that was full of water. The waves would jump over the seawall. It's right next to Parapotiani Church, if you can picture the island of Mykonos, the corner of Mykonos of the Castro, and we had found this literally warehouse that we said this is the spot to see the sunset and to party and to have a good time and to make it a little bit rustico, a little rustic in such a way that yes, you may get wet. For the first 5 years and even now, we have a towel hanging at the door because it means that by getting there you may get wet. So there was always a connection that we had, and we do have this also living here on the island, that we have to the island of Delos, that we have to the energy of the islands, and that means Delos, Mykonos, all the surrounding islands that give you a particular energy, as you know, in the summertime, and when we were discussing about a business opportunity. We had both been in hospitality and tourism and luxury tourism, And we said, what we have to do is share a place like this. Make a place where people can come together, be comfortable, bring back a little bit of the very old Mykonos happiness. The ship owner can sit next to the fisherman, can sit next to the teacher, can sit next to the student. A little bit of this without pretentious. Now, this was back in 2008 when we first got into the business. By very good fortune, as you mentioned, Coco Club, we had the ability to go to this beautiful super paradise beach, and we found a very similar energy there. There is something that is very special with the surrounding rocks and the sea and everything else. And we applied the same principle. Make a space, create a space where people can have fun, where they can be together and mingle together without being prejudiced. It's not only for, as we say, rich people, or only for this or that. It's a place for everyone. As you said early on, the happiest day is when we have children running around, there's a drag show on the stage, and you have a ship owner sitting having lunch. This, you cannot have anything more than that.
Michalis, what about the Greek version of that?
The Greek version. I'm gonna tell you something very funny, because even if our Myconian friends follow us now, that I know that many of them, I'm gonna tell you this: when we decide to open Jackie O downtown, exactly and specific about the location, all my Myconian friends from the fishermen's in Yalos, downtown, whatever, they say, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? It's the worst place to make business, facing the north wind. And my question is, yes, but the view is unbelievable. It's amazing. I mean, it's unique. And I started working because Carsten was working the preparation period with National Geographic. And trust me, I mean, there was so many people say, do not do that. Nobody was successful. And I said, okay, let me do. Let me do. Let us do whatever we believe. Anyway, it passed. It's open. The waves and everything, I think that is part of, how can I say, if you are in Mykonos, if you come in Mykonos one, two, three times, you realize that it's into your blood. Otherwise, you cannot survive on this island. That's it. The nature came to show us exactly our location and also the love of the people. That's it. I'm very happy. It's our baby. I mean, I love this place,
And
and I love Super, of course.
I understand you guys were planning something new this summer. You mentioned it to me in Miami with your a new restaurant concept that was supposed to open with one of Greece's most well-known chefs, Christoforos Peskias.
Yes, yes,
Yes, as you know, Greg, we have been working with Christophorus for more than 6 years now at Jackie O Beach, at the Beach Club restaurant, and we came up with an idea of a cantina style restaurant, something more quick service food, but still with a very high standard for the downtown area, for the close to the Jackie O bar area. And we done the preparations. We are ready to build it, but it has to be seen this year if it can be built or not. I think, with the season maybe going down to 2 months or less, it could be an issue. But the plans are there, and we're going to do it. And I think that the message to many people should be in the world that we have all had plans and we all had dreams to be stopped by this crisis. But it doesn't mean that the dream has to really stop forever. So if we are interrupted, and let's say this is the year of Mykonos interrupted, we talk to many of our friends all over the world to say that, of course we'd like you here, and of course we want to do that. And it goes back to the issue of safety, for the safety of the traveler, for the safety of the employees. But at the end of the day, we are going to realize our dreams, all of us. and this is the most important message, is that we must support each other together, because in the future, our dreams will come true.
Your dog?
3.
They're telling you it's time to go for a walk. I put mine in the bedroom, so he's not bothering me. Guys, I want to thank you for your time. I know it's evening there, and you're about to go to bed. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can't tell you how beautiful some of the comments are. I want to read one in particular that came up while you guys were talking. Elias from New York City said, "I don't know why, but watching these entrepreneurs makes me feel confident, makes me feel optimistic about Greece. Things are tough, but I have." So you guys have done something really good for our audience and giving them a little bit of hope, a little bit of inspiration. First and foremost, safety, the safety of your community, our safety. As the Greek we said a few minutes ago, until then, be safe, right? So that's the message for all of us.
Thank you so much, Greg. And our thoughts also is the States. We like or we don't like, I mean, in a different way, because we have so many friends over there. And, you know, my biggest concern is there. I'm not going to make any political statement, but okay, you are very brave. And you manage very well so far.
And do what you have to do.
I'm sorry, but I wanted to say that.
Thank you.
My friends from the States.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you all very much for spending almost an hour with me here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support of the Pappas Post. You know, I enjoy writing. I enjoy sharing stories with all of you. Of course, I can't do this without your support. I will post a link if you'd like to support the work we're doing through our Patreon page. Just a little bit every month will help us go a long way. Thank you for your time. Stay tuned on Thursday. Thursday, same time, same channel, at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will be on with Steve Vranakis, the Chief Creative Officer of Greece. He's a dynamic individual, born and raised in Canada, spent several years in the United Kingdom working for Google, and now he has been called to serve the mother country as its Chief Creative Officer. Stay tuned Thursday at 2 o'clock, same time, same place. Thank you all. Be safe. Talk to you soon.